Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 23 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. I'm going to tell you something I enjoy doing, Robin. It's going to do two things. Tell you my point and also reveal my age. Not that you don't know, but everybody else may not know, especially our guest. I subscribe to the James Taylor newsletter. James Taylor, the guitar player, singer, right?
Yep.
And what I like about it, famous guy. What I like about it is that because this guy is a virtuoso on the acoustic guitar, and he actually teaches how to play the way he plays with these close-up videos of his fingers and slowed down versions of the song he's playing, and it's really cool. And I'm realizing as I'm watching it that even though I'm almost 60 years old and I went to school at a time when there weren't videos accessible to anybody and everybody, that maybe I'm more of a visual learner than I ever was a book learner, right? So and I'm using that as a way to introduce our next guest. Now, you and I have had a unique opportunity to sit in a studio with children who have been homeschooled and have done unbelievably exceptionally well. We've been in the studio with public school children who've done very, very well, exceptionally well. We've been in the studio with private school students who've done exceptionally well, and it goes on and on and on. And the reason the students we're exposed to do so well is because we do a radio show. So when somebody does well, they want to, somebody who is in the school or with those children and says, we should spotlight this a little bit and showcase this. So you and I get to see the cream of the crop. But the good thing that comes from that is that when we have callers who say, and we've had our share of debates about this, the best school for a child is, and then fill in the blank. Well, we all disagree on this. Maybe I don't think my child should have this kind of school, and you don't think your child should have that kind of school.
Right.
Well, why couldn't we have a choice? What is so wrong with saying, you know what, your child is great in homeschooling. My child is going to do better in public school or private school, or maybe even something that we're not even talking about. There is something coming up on January 26th, and we have a guest to educate us about this. He is Andrew Campanella. He's an advocate for providing all children with access to effective, excellent educational environments. He's the president of something called the National School Choice Week, and he's written some books, and he's going to talk to us about the 4th Annual School Choice Week beginning on Sunday, January 26th. The goal is to increase public awareness of the importance of empowering parents with the freedom to choose the best educational environments for their children. And I hope I did an okay job with trying to get everybody to understand where we're going with this, and I hope I was right. Andrew Campanella, thank you for being on the air with us today. Good morning.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm in Miramar Beach, Florida. I'm in the Panhandle.
Oh, not too far away.
Yeah, not that far.
So how many choices do we have? Did I cover them all, or are there choices that I didn't mention?
We have choices in traditional public schools, public charters, magnet schools, online academies, private school choice, and of course, parents can homeschool their kids.
Yeah. And can we mix and match? Like, can I say, you know what? I'm not good at algebra, so I'm going to send my son to school for algebra, but I'm really good at science. So I'm going to teach him science. Can we do that, or do we have to pick one and stick with it?
It depends on the school and the district. There are times where students who are, let's say, homeschooled can go to a traditional public school for one class. I think it's called course choice. So I'm not sure exactly in the specific policies of different districts, but in some cases that is possible.
Okay, so that brings up a question about what you're doing on January 26th. Are you trying to educate our legislators so that they figure out a way to make the environment customizable? That's the best word I can think of right now.
We're really trying to let the public know that they do have choices, and that when they want to send their children to a certain school, they should look around because they have opportunities in the state of Florida and across the country to send their kids to different schools if they want. Florida is one of the leading states for school choice, and they have there are more events in Florida than in any other state.
And it's just not political. I mean, people don't have to wait on vouchers from the government if they prefer to have their child in public school, because most of the in private school, because most of the private schools that we know, the private school by my church, for example, if you go there to the church, you can, talk to the admissions clerk about funding for your child. They have scholarships available, and then the parents will do lateral moves and work it off like at school carnivals and things like that.
That's exactly right, and I encourage parents to look into opportunities like that for their children. There's also a program in the state called Step Up for Students that provides scholarships to lower and middle income families to help them send their kids to private schools. So that's something that Floridians should look into.
So are you focusing on Florida specifically?
No, I'm just talking about Florida because you're in Florida and I'm in Florida. But we have 5,500 events all across the country, and those events will focus on all different forms of school choice in different states, and every state is different. So we're looking at everything from events in Alaska and Hawaii to California, Kansas, and the Sunshine State where we are.
Now, Robin was a mentor, so I'm going to start this question and let her fill in the blanks because I don't know everything about it. But Robin was a mentor to a young lady for 5 or 6 years, right? And she tried to get, and she was in public school, but there was a course that she wanted in another public school.
Yeah, the International Baccalaureate program was not at her high school. It was at a different high school.
So this was what year?
Let's see, about 2004, I think.
So, and she was prevented from going to the other school because of policy or something?
Well, because she lived out of district, and then she could apply to go to that school, but the people in Marion County, the school board said that she couldn't go there to attend that program because she lived out of district, and she would have to wait to reapply for the next year. And then she was given some tests, and then it was a balance thing.
Okay.
Between blacks and whites, so she didn't get to go there.
Has that changed at all, or do we have?
In Florida, we do have some district choice, but in terms of being able to send your child to a different district, our state does not have an inter-district choice law, which means that students and districts kids can go to schools in other districts. They have to go through what you were describing, some application process. Other states, 21 states, require districts to accept students if they have space from anywhere. And I think those types of policies are a great opportunity for families, and I would hope that the folks in Florida here would look into that.
So this is something as teachers and as parents, we want to be sure that we're aware of what's going on. This is a full week?
It is. It's January 26th through February 1st, and everything from roundtable discussions to rallies to events at individual schools, school fairs, carnivals, you name it, are being planned. And the goal is to raise awareness of school choice where it exists, and if parents feel they don't have enough choices, give them an opportunity to stand up and ask leaders to consider implementing more choices for parents.
And would one district, like Robin was talking about, the different districts, or maybe even the different states, obviously you don't want to be moving around all over the place. I'm trying to figure out how this works. Do we do this? I mean, how do we, if you have a program that you want your child to be part of, I mean, can you experiment any? I mean, say, look, my child is not doing as well in, we do this a lot too. I'm all over the board with you right now. My mind is going everywhere. But if you have a child and you're the kind of parent who blames the school, right? I've heard this all the time. If it wasn't for that stupid school, right?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, another student is doing perfectly well in that same school or in that same class even. So how do we know what choice we want? How do we come to a conclusion?
Well, what I encourage parents to do when they're looking for a school for their child is to make a list of the attributes that they want in a school. And that includes everything from academics to school safety, class size, if that matters to you, type of instruction, qualifications of teachers and administrators, and the overall culture of the school. Is it a culture of high expectations and, preparing students for college or career? And then once you start making that list, start looking at schools and visiting them and ask lots of questions to the teachers and the administrators asked to sit in on classes and do as much research as you would when you're buying a new car, when you're looking for a school for your child, because if you think about it, if a car doesn't work after 2 years and you don't like it, you can trade it in, but you can't trade in 2 years of your child's education if it didn't work out.
And you can't uproot the child. I mean, in my student's case, they finally did cave and say, well, okay, if you want to come into this school system and then apply next year, you can come into the school system this year, but you have to wait till December. And, that's like a whole semester has already gone by. She's already been established in her other school with her friends and everything. And now you're talking about uprooting the child just so they can comply with the political field.
Well, it's very important to have stability, and it is important to, make that good choice in the beginning. But I would say that for some families, they're willing to make a switch if they can get their child into a school that's a better fit. So it really is an individual situation. But for the most part, it's good to have one school that you choose, and then be able to stick with that and have the continuity and normalcy almost of being able to send your child to the same school.
All right, let me just reintroduce you. Then I have a question about the website. Andrew Campanella is our guest. We're speaking about the 4th annual School Choice Week beginning on January 26th and running for a full week. I went to the website, schoolchoiceweek.com, and I'm trying to figure out how we do this. It didn't seem like there was something here in Ocala. It looked like the closest thing we have is Eustis. Is that right?
Well, the people are still adding events
Okay.
as we speak. They have until next Friday to add events, and so we're going to see so many more events added to the site.
Oh, okay. So let's say we have a teacher or a school administrator or even a school board member listening. What do they do? What kind of events can they add? Is it too late for them to sit down with other people and say, hey, we need to do one of these?
No, it's not too late. People can plan any type of event. Even if you just want to take some students in your school and take some time during school lunch and talk about what's great about your school and why students would want to attend there, that would be beneficial. Or an open house or a parent night. For individual families who are interested, they can go to schoolchoiceweek.com/family night, and they can get a free box of supplies to celebrate National School Choice Week.
Okay. Now tell me about the whistle stop tour, the train tour.
Yes, we're doing a whistle stop train tour going from Newark, New Jersey, all the way down through Philadelphia, D.C., Charlotte, Jackson, Birmingham, Columbia, all these different places, and ending up in San Francisco. And the goal is to really look back at the whistle stop tours in history and galvanize public support for different types of educational choice. And we'll have speakers at these events and student performances and film screenings. It's going to be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we don't go to Florida, but we are, this is the second year we've done this. Maybe in future years we'll come here to the
But if you did want to go and you want to take a short drive, Augusta, Georgia is not that far, really.
No.
It's not from here. So you could go to the Augusta, Georgia one. That's on January 23rd at 3:15 at the Davidson Fine Arts High School. Sounds like.
Yes. I would say stay tuned to our website on updates on that event and the other events.
When you talk about school choice and you address homeschoolers and parents want to homeschool their children, how can those parents be sure that they're going to be able to fit the criteria themselves to homeschool the children so the school get the most benefit out of what they're being taught by their parents? So is there some kind of gauge on the parents that, make the parents teach children certain subjects and those children don't fall short?
I would say that that's an individual parent's decision in terms of homeschooling and how to evaluate. And there are a lot of great online resources now that didn't exist, I would say, many years ago. And you can really figure out a way to identify your own strengths as an educator, as a parent. So go online and see what's out there and available to you to identify where you might need assistance. And there are online courses that kids can take that are available, in some cases for free, to augment the homeschooling instruction that they receive. So one child might be educated by their parents in most subjects, but for example, in physics, the parent says, okay, we need some extra help here.
Yeah.
And they can go to an online course and and supplement their learning so that they're getting a well-rounded education and they're able to figure out all the details on those subjects. So homeschooling has been truly benefited by, has been truly benefited by the advent of new technology.
Are we talking about all the grades up through the senior year in high school?
Yes, folks can homeschool their kids at any grade level, and we see that homeschoolers are about 2 million homeschoolers in this country every year, and they actually get in the aggregate higher SAT and ACT scores, and it's pretty impressive. More kids are being homeschooled now than ever before.
I'm wondering, and Andrew, forgive me for not knowing this. You're a teacher, right?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not a teacher. Okay. Okay, well, I guess I have a question about teachers in general. If I were a teacher, and I'm not, and I had a class of students, let's say 30 children, and I noticed that Jimmy learns differently than Tommy, but my curriculum says, well, this is how we teach. How do I, as a teacher, say to the parent or to whoever is responsible, Jimmy should be in a different kind of a class. He learns better with, not that he's a special student. The word special is so weird, but you know what I mean. Not that he's got any kind of a disability, but he just learns differently, and he's not learning as well as he could because of that difference. Mm-hmm. Is there a way that we can help somebody else make a choice if they didn't see it that it was necessary?
I think it's important to have open dialogue between teachers and parents, and those are things that teachers and parents should talk about. Ultimately, it should be the parents' decision, but teachers and parents having open communication and constant dialogue is very, very helpful, because parents can't know exactly what choices they have or want to make unless they know exactly what's going on in the classroom. So it's important to have that parental involvement and have teachers communicate back and forth. And during National School Choice Week, which is coming up January 26th through February 1st, which is an opportunity for all folks to learn more about the different educational options they have, we have lots of teachers involved, lots of parents involved, holding events, attending events, and I hope folks will look into events near them, because it's a good time to start that dialogue if it doesn't exist.
And if we have any teachers or school officials that want to start an event here in our community, let us know about it here at WOCA. We'll be glad to help you get the word out. It sounds like it's now. You got to do it now. It starts January 26th. Just going back to something I touched on in the intro, and it's this, that you have some people who are adamant that this is the best way to teach, and whatever this refers to. Because of that fact, because there are some parents out there who feel that they know the best way that all children should learn, I'm guessing they're happy to know that there's a movement to empower parents to have the freedom to choose. I'm guessing that that's probably the best news they could have heard.
Absolutely. And, parents have freedom in the state of Florida. They have lots of opportunities, and it's just a matter of figuring out what they are. And, I can give you some examples. The charter system, in addition to the traditional public school system, and we do have really strong traditional public schools in Florida, so it's important that folks don't discount traditional public schools as an option. We have private schools that people can get vouchers to attend through the Step Up for Students program. If you have a child with special learning needs, there's a program called the McKay Scholarship for students with disabilities, and parents can access that program. You also have the opportunity to send your child to Florida Virtual Academy, which is a very good online school. And of course, as we talked about, homeschooling freedom too. So lots of options in the state of Florida that parents can access. And if you're looking to find a new school for your child for the 2014-2015 school year, I encourage folks not to wait until the spring or summer, but to start looking right now, because seats in schools are filling up as we speak. So start looking right now and use National School Choice Week as the opportunity to start looking for schools and start doing your homework in that regard.
Very good. And if you go to schoolchoiceweek.com, that's the website I was looking at earlier, and as Andrew pointed out, there will be events added. Right now, we don't have any showing up for Ocala, Dunellen, Bellevue, or any city at all in Marion County. But is Eustis in Marion County, Robin, or next?
I don't know what county it's in.
Anyway, the only nearby event. There's a lot of events in Florida, by the way,
Eustis,
but the only one on the list is that's near enough is. Well, that's probably within our listening area, I should say, is called Captivating Crusade in Eustis, and it's a journey through Faith Lutheran schools. So there's obviously a religion-based school, right? Like similar to the one, the church you go to, Robin, has a
Yes.
school, right?
Exactly. And there's also a Catholic church in our community that has a school, and they offer the same thing. I mean, they will provide scholarships for the students, but the parents have to make the commitment to be involved in the church and help with whatever they need help with so their children can have a good education.
Well, Andrew, thank you for sharing this with us. I hope we've given the information that our listeners can use in order to learn more about this. The big piece of information is simple. It's the website, schoolchoiceweek.com. And just remember, this goes from January 26th through February 1st. So if you want to create an event, you got to do it now. Andrew, any other information we should leave with our listeners?
I would just say take the opportunity this month to look into schools if you want to switch schools for your child or if you want to look into your options. National School Choice Week is going to be the largest celebration of educational opportunity in history, and I hope everybody gets involved.
And this is very important for each student to know that they have this kind of support, because nothing is better than going through school and getting that actual high school diploma. I mean, you've got to work a lot to get that actual high school diploma and stay in school, but the benefits really are great when you get that actual diploma.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely. Getting to the graduation line is so important, and getting students prepared for real life. Very essential. So thank you all for having me so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Andrew. That was a great interview. We'll take a little break, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
How good does it get?
Golf has long been considered to be sport's most prestigious game, and WOCA has your connection to everything in the golf world. Every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., tune in for Let's Talk Golf with your host, PGA professional and teacher to the stars, Jim Beckett, and operations manager for the Links of Spruce Creek South, Darren Irwin, right here on The Source.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
ABC News Now. I'm Karen Chase. The December jobs report paints a portrait of broken spirits. The unemployment rate dropped to 6.7%, but only because the number of people who stopped looking for work rose to the highest level in decades. Just 74,000 new jobs were created. Target was off target when it estimated 40 million customers were hacked in the pre-holiday shopping breach. It now says the number was actually 70 million. President Obama signed a federal disaster declaration for 9 West Virginia counties where a chemical spill into the Elk River may have contaminated the water supply. Hundreds of thousands of people have been told not to drink or even bathe in the water. Several lawsuits have already been filed over the traffic jam scandal in New Jersey. Governor Chris Christie has apologized for the actions of top aides who created traffic tangles but denied involvement. More than 3,000 documents on the issue are due to be released later today. Tom Hanks is America's favorite movie star. That, according to the latest Harris poll for 2013. Denzel Washington, last year's favorite, dropped to second. Jennifer Lawrence was third. This is ABC News.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This could cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us if you want Viagra at the lowest price. Never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-390-9323 today to save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-390-9323. Call 800-390-9323. That's 800-390-9323. Again, 800-390-9323.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida. Some fog patches this morning, otherwise clouds and breaks of sun today and becoming warmer with a passing shower, high 77 to 81. Mostly cloudy tonight, though 64 to 68. Tomorrow, times of clouds and sun, breezy and warm with a chance for late day shower or thunderstorm, high 78 to 82. For Sunday, partly sunny and pleasant, high 69 to 73. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
Greetings, good citizens. Join me, Duke of York, and Margaret of Anjou at the 28th Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair, January 25th and 26th, and January 31st through February 2nd at the Alachua County Fairgrounds.
Join the colourful cast of characters on the streets of Hogtown, where you'll find medieval merriment for the whole family.
Cheer on royal knights as they joust for the ladies' honour, watch a living chess match, or enjoy performances by gypsy dancers and magicians.
Then wander through the marketplace, where hundreds of artisans sell their medieval wares.
Come one, come all to the Hogtown Medieval Fair.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala home store on Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give them a call and they'll come and pick it up. For more information, visit habitatocala.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County, building homes, building hope, building community.
Ocala's information station, 13.